Okay guys, so let's dive straight in for our first run.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
And we go straight into our first run into the ruins, where our rewards, basically we have to explore 90% of the rooms. It's a short dungeon, but we get 3,000 gold out of it, 4 crests, and a health stone, which gives us plus 10% max HP, but makes us slightly slower. Now, why do you need crests and busts and portraits? Well, those are the things that help you upgrade. There's a monetary cost, but there's also a cost in crests, deeds, portraits, busts, etc, etc. And obviously, as you try to upgrade your hamlet more and more, so that you can unlock more things for your adventurers, the cost inevitably goes up as well. So you have to complete more and more dungeons. The usual suspects as our first crew. And I like the way you get these, when you put a team together of different adventurers, you normally get a little description above them. Now, we need to provision.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
And of course you'll want to take different supplies depending on the region that you're going to, how long the quest is, and your own preferences, but always bring food and torches. And I normally take 12. I normally take 2 shovels and 2 skeleton keys. Because I like to have the torches up high, I normally take about 12 torches with me and at least 1 bandage. It's a big financial investment, but sometimes it's better to splash out, or so far I found it's better to splash out on the provisions and have them than to come across stuff and get unstuck in the dungeon and then end up dying horribly because you didn't provision properly. But a lot of this game is all about risk and reward. Do you try and risk it and complete the dungeon and get the rewards, but potentially lose some of your heroes that you've devoted time into upgrading and getting experience for? Or do you try and run away and take what you get? But even if you run away, that does some mental damage to your heroes. And it's the same with the provisions. You know, do you spend the money on provisioning your team of heroes adequately? But while you're spending that gold, that's money that could be going on improving your hamlet maybe. Or curing someone of a terrible affliction, which costs quite a lot of gold. And it's the same with the torches. You know, with the light. If you have the light high, you are more likely to surprise enemy monsters. And the stress damage that gets dealt to your characters. If you remember, if you get 200 stress damage, your character will just keel over with a heart attack. So do you risk having lower torches? But with lower torches, you actually get an increased chance of loot. And you'll get more gold if your torches are lower. So there's a lot of that in this game, a lot of risk-reward balance, you know, what you risk. I tend to play it very safe, if I'm honest with you. I've found that the rewards so far have not outweighed the potential loss of your heroes. So yeah, we know the score. You can click on your hero portrait, or on your hero tells you where you are. The positions, you can click each of the skills, you can see where they're most effective. Oh. And obviously it tells you, according to the skills that you pick, the positions that he's best going to suit and the best target to hit, owing to the abilities. So let's make our way onto the first route then. Let's get this show on the fucking road. And we're going to find a torch. They're nice. It's useful. An easy first corridor. I'll take that. And our first fight. And we managed to get the surprise because the torch was up high. And you can see, if you hold over, it tells you the value of the torch. You get plus on scouting, plus on monster surprise. But the stress is marginally high, but not really terrible. Now, there's no point doing open vein on skeletons, because as you can see, their bleed resistance is 200%. Of course it is, they're fucking skeletons. What are they going to fucking bleed? Dust? So, no point doing an open vein. We could go for grape shot blast, hit the 2 of them, but I think I'm just going to go for pistol shot.
Executed
and nail the
with
guy in the
impunity.
back. Okay, so another factor you have to remember is corpses. When monsters die, they leave corpses. Corpses act as temporary obstacles and will eventually go on their way. You can kill them, move them, blah blah blah. And some attacks mean that there's no corpses. Why are corpses important? Because they will maintain an enemy's formation. So say you've got a healer at the back, you kill the guys in front to try and get at a healer, but you still can't get at the healer because there's a load of fucking corpses in the way. So you do have to factor that in. Okay, emboldening vapors, plus 25% damage and plus 3 speed, which I think I'm going to do on runs. Again, not much point on incision, because mainly that's for bleed, and they don't fucking. So let's buff our big damage dealer. And then we got Divine Grace, Divine Comfort, these are heal skills, or Judgment, which does damage and also does a little self-heal. And I'm going to do Judgment. Didn't need to heal anything, but...
Be gone, fiend.
There we go. And we're going to open that up. A long forgotten strongbox. And we'll open it and see what we get. We get a shovel and gold, which works out nice. Okay, so let's move on. And it's just as well we got a shovel.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Because we can use it to clear the passage, which is useful. Ah, the light is fading. Current torch level greatly affects many mechanics in the game. The darker it gets, the harder things get, but the better the rewards. And like I said, increased damage, increased accuracy and damage, but better loots and better player crits. Okay, I'm gonna do tracking shot on the one at the back to get the buffs. Play grenade at the back to provide light, and maybe should have done emboldening. As you can see, that monster there specialises in stress damage, which isn't very nice. We haven't taken any real damage yet, so...
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Okay, well that worked out alright. How? Wasn't very nice. That wasn't very nice either. I'm going to do Zealous Accusation! And a good bit of damage. And then basically, we're just going to blast it.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Divine Grace heal. Emboldening Vapors. In fact, that was probably a waste. I could have just... Yeah, he's got 1 hit point. I could have meleeed that and saved myself 7 damage.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Oh well, doesn't matter. We got... Because the torchlight was lower, we got slightly more rewards out of it. And I'm okay with that. And then we use those torches to bolster. Now, which way are we going to go? Let's go up this way. Got some loot, a skeleton key, and more food. That's always useful. You do have a finite inventory, so sometimes you have to consider the supplies you need versus... Ah, shit. And this is what I meant when I said you sometimes get that. Ah. sometimes get a nasty attack which messes with your position. What are we going to do? We can do Grape Shot Blast on all three though, and I think we're going to do that. Emboldening Vapors. No, in fact we're just going to swap. Maybe.
How quickly the tide turns.
Some nasty hits going on there. And a bleed. Yes, your hero's bleeding, we can bandage to heal the bleed, but 1 damage for 2 rounds, not a big problem. Oh, fuck a duck. Yeah, I didn't want to swap. We have to sort out the positioning, which is not ideal. Let's get a bleed on this guy, at least. Stressful incantation! Thankfully, he's not going for the highwayman, which is a relief, if I'm honest. Right, what can we do? Play grenade on the back, or stun. I'm gonna go play grenade.
The ground quakes.
4 damage for 5 rounds, that's gonna work out well. Okay, we want to move her back. In fact, I wanted to heal. That was silly. Right, let's move. Nearly got all our positions sorted. Oh, a dodge! Thank fuck for that. Thank you, you jammy little bastard. Right, buff. Oh, 1 damage, that's okay. And he resisted being knocked back. Okay, he's gonna die in a turn, that's fine. Let's do marksman shot on... Let's get you. And then heal. And a crit! Yeah, fucking beauty. And then you're gonna keel over in a minute before it's your next turn.
Another one falls.
You're gonna keel over soon enough as well. Let's swap positions. Pistol shot at the back. Ah, missed. Okay, let's do another heal.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
There we go. Okay, that was a bit of a mess.
Mount, so too will resistance.
What we can do is eat some food to heal up. Now, you don't want to eat all your food here. You want to leave some because sometimes they will... Oh, fuck. I completely fucked that up. I don't know what I was doing. I don't want to move. Stop it. Because sometimes your heroes will want to camp. And when they want to camp, if you don't have enough food, you'll incur a penalty. Right, an heirloom chest with your family sigil. You want to use a skeleton key. Because you get more loots. And we like loots. And we're going to get a scout. So traps, battle. Let's move on this way then. I'm going to boost the torches right the way up, I think. Radiant light. And here, because we scouted and we saw that there's a trap, we can disarm that trap. Otherwise we wouldn't see it and we'd get hurt. So best disarm, I think, is from the highwayman, Carl. And he can disarm that trap. And he feels better for it. Who wouldn't feel better after disarming a trap? Feel jolly fucking chipper with yourself. Okay, so we can move on this way. Ah, kleptomania! You son of a bitch.
If only treasure could
200,
staunch the
that's
flow
500 gold. I
of
fucking
otherworldly corruption.
lost, and 12 food. You son of a bitch. Right, let's keep that torch up high. And here we go, hunger. Exertions of adventuring may want a food. But you eat 4 food, you regain 5% health. So that's not bad. And here we go, shovel. Let's boost the torches again as we go in here. And there we go, we got another fight. Quite a big fight, actually. But there's a chest at the back. So, potential rewards, potential death. Risk reward. Simple as that. So what are we going to go for? No point. We could do pistol shot. But I think we're going to do track and shot. And we're going to do it right so we can boost our abilities. We're also going to do emboldening vapors on the Crusader, because he's fucking hard as nails. That's okay. That's okay, none of that is a big problem. That's a bigger problem, that hurt quite a lot. Son of a bitch. Right. But emboldening vapors, hit the guy at the back, 8 damage, fucking beaut. We can also do incision and maybe kill him. Yeah.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Oh, they're really picking on the highwayman. Kyle! Go!
As life ebbs,
Oh!
terrible vistas of emptiness
Death's
reveal
door.
themselves.
When we're at 0%, we're at death's door. They will suffer stat penalties. We're going to repay your shittiness. Did I know? Oh no, it buffed you, but we're at death door, so the damage is not going to be as great. Ooh, I was going to say, please don't hit Carl. Right. Now what I'm going to do is Bulwark of Faith. It gives me plus 25% protection, so increases my armor basically, and marks me as a target, so enemies are much more likely to target me. Hopefully that's going to take some of the pressure off from Kyle. We'll get him off of Death's Door. There's still a penalty for Death's Door recovery, but it's not as bad. So we've got one more round for each of them. Incision. Let's swap out. And then we're going to do... Let's go for a strike. And more heals. We need to get Carl back off his death's fucking doorstep. I mean, he's okay, but I don't want him really hanging out. That's probably not a good position for him to be in. Let's do track and shot again. Give me a buff 3 rounds. Oof. Thankfully resisted the stun. Oh, another 6 damage. Right, you son of a bitch. Oh, you dirty fuck. Okay, let's do the blight grenade at the back. I think that's... I should have probably done that earlier, actually. Let's mark the target on myself again. Attract attention. And let's do some heals. Oh no, leave him alone! Yeah, you fucking missed that one, didn't you, cockwomble? Look, stop picking on him. He's having a hard time. Alright, gas grenade at the back. Stun them both out. And then pistol shot.
Continue the
Ah, there we go.
Destroy them all.
And a heal. I'll take it. I will take it, and I'm going to smack you in the fucking face. You are now on 1 HP, and I will take that hit. Okay, that corpse is cleared. That guy's... He's very nearly done, and I think we can just fuck that up entirely. I think we can just fuck that up entirely. Alright, let's pistol shot. That guy. There we go, job's done. Come and hit me, you big fuck. See if I care. Yes. Oh. There we go, and I will take that loot.
Success so clearly in view.
And then let's
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
open that chest up as well.
Glittering
Get some more
gold,
stuff.
trinkets and baubles.
Now
Paid for in blood.
We could go back and do that room, but with Carl on death's door recovery and our health not in great shape, I think we're best off just running and taking the fucking reward. Not a whole lot of cash. There's an extra 6,500, I suppose, and we did get a load of busts and crests out of it. Evasive, +5 dodge, fuck it out, that's good. And bloodthirsty, fascinated with injury, wounds and torture. That's probably going to increase the stress of the other members of the team. Okay, so let's return to Tam.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
And there we go. Over time, some negative quirks will lock into place and become severe. Some negative quirks cost much more to remove from the sanatorium. The tavern is unlocked and the abbey is now unlocked. Misses the spot is now a severe problem. But minus 1% crit, I'm not overly fussed about that, if I'm honest. Okay, let's see who we got on the stagecoach. I am going to take all of these.
He will be laughing still at the end.
Basically, so I've got another tank, is really what I want. And 2 more damage dealers. I could do with another healer, but that can wait.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
Okay, heroes relieve stress by taking part in activities such as Towners Abbey. Each have different effects. Experiment to find the best activity for each hero depending on their quirks. And obviously, doing that locks them in. So I'm going to send flawed release. Let's maybe send him. Oh, upgrade the tavern. The bar increases stress recovery.
All manner of diversion and dalliance await those who cross the threshold with coin in hand.
And reduces the cost. And then let's send him in 850.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight.
Now this
The
son of a
abbey
bitch,
calls to the faithful.
the caretaker, he will take up one of your stress relief slots, as he just seems to potter about, fuck your whores, and then goes and prays afterwards, begging for forgiveness. He is a colossal fucking wank puffin, because guaranteed you need to pray, such as Runz here. God-fearing will only pray for stress relief, and this fucking cockwomble will be sat in here blocking the your ability to do that. So it's a massive pain in the ass. I think I'm going to send Carl off for some stress relief as well. And That's another 1,000. It's cost me a lot to increase them, but it's reducing the gold cost, and that can be, the gold cost can be prohibitive sometimes. Okay, so there we go. That's that run done. I hope you enjoyed this episode, our first little foray into the estate ruins. We've got our guys Carl and Mouldy offer some stress relief, but that's going to open the door for these guys here to maybe do a run of their own and get some more experience with runs and tally. So I think we're in fairly good shape. We've still got 5 slots open for more heroes. We'll find out soon enough. Guys, please feel free to rate, comment and subscribe if you would so like to do. That was an odd way of saying that, but never mind. And as always, I'll join you next time on the Darkest Dungeon.